Hi Internet, it's Shadow788 coming to you guys again with my makeup and fashion tips number 2. So, I know that I've already made a video and I actually didn't get everything I wanted to in the original video, and I did not want to make this long drawn out video. So, I'm coming to you guys with my basic essentials for startup kits. And this is basically if you don't own any makeup or you want to know what is the best type of stuff to probably start with if you're going to start building up a collection. And I also just referenced my last video. I told you guys about the Kabuki brush, and I was giving you guys about my other brushes and what they're uses for. The Kabuki brush, basically what I use it for is, since I use a really heavy liquid foundation and I use a foundation brush, which is like a paint brush. I forgot to bring that, but I basically use this to help blend it out. I'll even put some powder in it and rub it out. That way I don't have streaking or anything. And it kind of just blends all your everything together in your blush and your bronzer. And also, this is my only blush I really use. I have another one, and it's the Milani Luminoso. It's a very coral-like. I'm wearing it right now. It's very goldy, and I don't really like very pink blushes. I kind of like the coral because it has this warm glow to it. No, it looks really good with bronzer. But I'm going to try out some of the other Milani eyeshadows Milani blushes when I get a chance. So these are my essential palettes, and it's funny because they're all nudes. But that's the best way to start, is really with a nudes type of palette. It's neutral tone, because you can't go wrong unless you really go out of control with putting it on your face. And I'm going to go with the first ones I got. This was my very first one, and it's not really that big of a neutral. It's number 783, Oh So Sweet. And it basically has like this, I'm going to take the lid off here, this really kind of sandy color, and then this like kind of like gray taupe, and then this little pink blush. And I'm going to do little swatches on my fingers just to show you guys real quick. And I still occasionally use these, but I don't know how. I see a lot of glare. But the pink is not really that strong, and they're both pretty sheer except the middle taupe one. The taupe one's pretty good. But and I still use the taupe a lot, even with some of my better ones. But I use this as a highlight, and I use this as a crease eyeshadow. I occasionally would use the pink one as like a lid pink, but pink's not really that big popular of a color for an eyeshadow, so depending on what kind of makeup you're using, if you're having a lot of like pinks on your eyes, like the metallic pinks look really nice. This might like make good as a highlight for that type of look. Then I bought Invite NYC Individual Eyes, number 942 Smoky Blues, which they're not even blues on them, which I find really silly to have it named like that. And these other things are these cream bases. I use them, they're really kind of sticky. I stopped using them, and they kind of look really gross now since I stopped using them. But these are really good colors. Like they're a lot stronger than my other pack. So the gold, I really like the gold, and I use the gold a lot as kind of like a highlight. And then the crease is pretty strong. When I use this, I sometimes use the crease from this one. But the purple is really strong, but it comes out more burgundy browned than it does purple. So, and I don't really care for the dark brown in this one. I use another one. And these are my two favorites. These are the ones I use the most. And actually, I'm using the Wet n Wild Comfort Zone 738 palette right now on the neutrals. I occasionally use the greens, but since I have a blue eye, I tend to stay more into like the bronzes and gold. And I don't really use this one very much, but it's still pretty strong. And that's supposed to be, and it even labels them on there what they're used for, and they have a little nice diagram on the back to show you what colors go to what. I don't use the silver because it looks really weird on me, so I assume if you had like a really nice tan, if you weren't really fair skinned, it'd work perfect as a highlight. But I really like this bronze color. It's kind of more like a rosy bronze. I use this brown all the time. Anytime you guys see like a eyeliner type look on me, it's usually that. But today I'm actually using this blue one, which it's brown and blue. I think literally it's this, but it has like this iridescent blue eyeshadow in it. So I don't know if you can see on my eye, but it's actually in there, and it's kind of nice because But I'm assuming someone probably wouldn't notice it unless they're really evaluating your face. But these ones are really good too, the greens. It's a nice little pack. It's like less than $5, I think. And I love and I hate this one. The Milani Runway Eyes Fashion Shadows in 07 Ready to Wear. These are really good colors. And this is actually was voted by Allure by some of the best eyeshadows. The problem is they're so tiny. Like you'd have to take your brush and scrub at it to get product off. So I tend to just use my fingers to actually dab it on my face because you got a lot more control. The gold is my favorite by far. And let's see. I don't know if that'll help. A little bit. My camera sucks. I'll get a better camera. I'm hoping this holiday season. And then the browns, the actual darker colors, kind of have more of like a charcoal hue, so they're like a really nice soft matte finish. So I really like those. And if you guys want kind of a more overall, like, I really like to show off this one, the Infallible 890 Bronze Taupe. I can just wear this by itself and it's fine. And the same goes for the other two I have. I just like to actually give more depth. I actually mix these two together, and it's Infallible Midnight Blue and Infallible Infinite Eye. And these make this really beautiful blue smoky eye. Fashion tips or fashion no-nos that I forgot to mention in my prior video is a real big one on my list, because not even plus size women and skinny women do it all the time, and it drives me freaking crazy. Do not, under any circumstances, I don't care if you're a skeleton, wear leggings as pants. I'm serious. If you are a plus size girl, it just doesn't look comfortable. And if you're a skinny girl, then you look like you're wearing paint on your butt. Like, it looks literally like you're just walking with paint on your, like, and you just have a t-shirt and shoes on. It's not, I don't really feel it's appropriate in any situation. Even if at the gym, I've seen some yoga pants that look like that. Don't do it. It's just not tasteful. It really isn't. Maybe if they had a print on them, but even then, I don't want to see someone that just looks like they're wearing paint on their legs. It's just not cool. So if you're going to wear leggings, wear them like they're supposed to be worn, with skirts or shorts, something covering your butt and your crotch, because nobody needs to see that. And I love leggings. I wear leggings all the time. I'm wearing them right now with this really colorful skirt. I'll actually stand up and show you guys. There. I would never wear these leggings by themselves. They're actually a size bigger than me, so they'd probably be really baggy anyway. There. So, as I knock stuff over. And I even have some ones that have really wild prints on them, and I would never wear them by themselves. If you have a long enough like sweater top, that's fine. Just make sure that you're covered. And I guess I should also start with, because I ranted about in my other video how there was a particular style I hated, like baggy pants and just like the really urban style, because I don't like it, and I won't get much farther into it. But I guess I should also go into like chick styles that I don't like. I particularly don't like the cowgirl style, but I think that's probably because most of the cowgirls or girls that have actually filled out that style have just really come across to me as kind of cocky and just really self-obsessed. It's generally been their personality, and it's unfortunate that all girls that actually fill out that style have come across that way. So that's just my personal opinion. I like some styles. I like country-infused styles. I used to buy them. I have a pair of silver thread jeans that had holes in them. I bought them that way, and they were really cute. And then when they started tearing, I actually sewed on patches. Like, I cut my patch in the shape of a heart, and I sewed it on the hole that I had. And people loved them. They're asking me where I bought them, and I had to tell them that I didn't buy them with the patches on there. I actually put the patches on myself. So if you ever have a nice pair of pants and you love them and you tear them like on your knee or in your leg or something, throw a nice patch on them. That'll just look fabulous. So I'm also going to throw some stories at you guys, but first I'll start with a fashion one. If you guys have seen the avatar I had for my other video, and I'm probably going to also use I probably won't use it for this video, But the little avatar has blue hair and such, and maybe in my earlier video, well, no, I used to have aqua hair, or not even aqua, it was teal. I used punky color, like Infinite Forest or some color, but it was a teal color, and I love my hair this color, and I miss it being this color. And what I want to say is, I remember before I actually dyed my hair, I was really scared about dyeing my hair a wild color because I was scared that dyeing my hair blue or dyeing my hair any other color would wash out my face or something. No, it was so funny because when I dyed my hair blue, I went crazy. And this was my madness, this right here. When I dyed my hair blue, I went into like mermaid fashionista overload, and I started making my own hair accessories. I went to freaking Joann's and Michael's, and I actually glued the beads onto my hair so that way I could actually like do crazy things. And I won't do it here. That way I don't make a huge mess. But you actually saw in my Halloween video I did something decorative. And I even went and made seashell clips. And I love these, but I miss having blue hair because I feel like it's silly having them in my hair when my hair looks natural because I don't feel it's appropriate. It's like they popped so much better when I had blue hair because I bought seashells at the craft store, and I bought a glue gun and little clippies, and I painted the shells with nail polish. This is nail polish. Ah! Sorry, I just knocked something down. But anyway, and my favorite ones, and people love this. Like, and people actually got to know me as the mermaid hair lady at where I worked. Sorry. I'm gonna switch. So what I want to get to is that don't be afraid to do crazy stuff with your hair and stuff, because your hair can always get dyed back. I recommend, if you are really scared about it, get it done by a professional, because at least if they mess it up, it's their fault and they can probably fix it for you. I think the funniest part about me having blue hair is that when I had to dye my hair back because I needed to find work that was hair appropriate, was that people stared at me more after I dyed my hair back normal because everyone told me it looked unnatural because I was more mellow with blue hair. My personality showed through, so I got to relax. So I guess what should also be important to note, that if you guys saw my outfit earlier, I do like being colorful, but I also kind of stem most of my fashion, I guess, 1950s pinup vintage, and I kind of blend it with more modern tones if I can. So if I honestly had the resources to be completely 1950s pinup vintage, I would dress that way every day. But at the same time, it's expensive to have those type of dresses. I'll even put a link to the below to my favorite store, and I look at it all the time, but their dresses are so expensive. But it's both feminine and I feel shape appropriate. Is that being plus size, I really love those fashions because they were just more fitting to a healthier figure. And you can be in a wiggle dress and be plus size and still be a bomb. It's just so great. And I think best part about pinupclothing.com is they actually cater up to a size 4XL, which is like, I think a size, I think I'm around a size 2X or a 3X. It depends because I have really big hips. So you can go on there and probably find something amazing, and they'll probably have it. Okay, back on to trends and other forms of clothing fashion. So I know if any of you actually stay up with trends, and even if you don't, I want to point something out to you. I love my shoes. I got these at Ross for 20 bucks, and I know Laura Vang had her own pair of these wedge sneakers for like $120. They looked identical. I got these for 20 bucks. It was great. And I remember when these first came out that they were actually boasting even on Yahoo and other style sites that there's some style gurus that actually hated them. They thought they looked so fugly. But I love this shoe. And it's because is all padded on the inside. And this is a cheap shoe, and it was by Airwalk, and it is so comfortable. I can wear socks, and I don't get rubbing because it's nice and cushiony, and it's not like a tiny heel. You get a full, and it's a wedge shoe, but it's a comfortable wedge shoe. You don't have to worry about slipping. And if you're not used to wearing any heels or any tall shoes, this is a great transition shoe because you don't worry about getting a little shaky on your ankles because you got all this big wide base to support yourself, so you can walk in it like a normal shoe. You'll be a little bit higher up, but it's comfortable. I can even drive in these babies. And heads up, don't try and drive with tall shoes because it's a little awkward the first time. But at least with these, you can kind of put rest your heel on the floor and control it. I still take my shoes off though, so safety tip. But they even have a little Velcro. They don't really tie up all that well, and I guess that's a downside, but I can wear these for a really long time and have them not bother me. So it's a great go out and hang out with the ladies, go out at night, go dancing type of shoe. Okay, I also need to point out this baby. I actually bought this shoe with a Halloween costume. I was Rarity from the My Little Pony show, and I felt like this would be like a fabulous shoe, but I've nicknamed these my stripper shoes because I can't really figure out anything else to wear them with. The only time I could probably wear them would be maybe like a Christmas party or New Year's Day or something. But as strange as it may sound, I am actually not too bad walking in these. Like if you're walking downhill, it's really hard to walk downhill. Uphill, not as bad. And stairs can also be an issue, so really what you need to focus on is that when you're walking in heels, you gotta actually put all your weight in the front if you can. Or at the very least, the way I also think about it is don't step like that. You want to have your foot down all in one go. So none of this, it's always, you gotta put your feet down all in one go like a column, kind of walk like an elephant, I guess. And then you'll get more familiar with it. And cautionary tip, I bought these at Torrid and I spent a good amount of money on them, and I don't really buy open-toed shoes because I have big feet and these actually fit me really well, but since they have a smooth bottom, I really need to get like a pad that sits right here so my toes don't slide forward because these babies just feel like a guillotine. And it's a really nice shoe, it's all sparkly and stuff, and it kind of helps bring everything to the point with the way it's shaped, but caution to plus size ladies, beware of the peep toe shoe. This is like pain in a nutshell. And these are some of my favorite shoes. These are actually really comfortable, my most comfortable dress up shoe. It's a wedge, and it's my brown wedge, and I'm like a 9.5 wide. I've really big feet, so I generally buy dress shoes in a 10 just to be safe. Actually, these are actually 11, so be cautious and vary them by brand. Because some brands like Brash run really small. And this brand, it's a little faded, Mossimo something. Utility and Steve, whatever. I actually had to buy a little cushiony thing to help to make a little edge for my heel to catch up on so I don't rub my heel against the back. And that's really good, really good. And you can buy them for like $1 and just stick them in a shoe and it fixes it. I think I might have to buy a pair of these for my red shoes that I got. They're comfort wear, but I wore them on Halloween and I was able to wear them fine before, but I think they might have stretched out or I might have started sliding forward in them, so my heel would rub up against the back and it was just so horrible. Quick tip, number whatever. Just like I was telling you guys with makeup, if you should only have one focal point, whether that be your eyes, whatever you want attention drawn to you at. The same should apply to your wardrobe. If you like a lot of color, like me, I'm actually kind of breaking the rule right now with my attire because I have polka dots and then like this Barbie pink skirt on. But you want to have, if you want to wear something crazy, like a crazy print or a crazy color, like a neon or something, have it only on only one thing. Don't try and coordinate it with everything. You want to have one crazy item and then a bunch of neutral, relaxed stuff, so that way it's not crazy all over the place and you don't have clown syndrome. For me, I kind of dance on that just because I like the vintage prints and a big pop of color, and that's where my outfit is right now, as I try not to step. And I actually was wearing my sneaker wedges with these earlier too when I went to the movies, and I really love it because I do like to put a lot of emphasis on my wide hips because it makes my waist look really tiny, and that's a focal point you can address if you have a pear shape like I do. Another thing that's important to note is belts. Belts are really, really nice because you can actually wear them in like the smallest part of your waist, whether it's near, or even where is the smallest. I tend to wear mine like right on my waist, like right here. And what it does is it brings attention to the smallest point. I'm not wearing the greatest outfit, but I do want to illustrate it for you guys. And it would be nice if it was even, or even silly. Sorry guys. But that way you can actually like pinpoint the slimmest part of your body. You can kind of see that, right? Nice hourglass. Excuse my muffin top. So like I said before, I kind of break the rule a little bit about print and bright colors, just a lot of going on. So if you like that style, be aware that it will kind of chop you up in places. So make sure that they chop you in the right places in an appealing manner if you do what I do. And one last tip for my plus size lady viewers, and even guys if you guys are watching. If you are going and looking out for garments, especially because it's the winter and fall season, it is definitely a good thing to stay warm and kind of layer it on. But be conscious, don't add too many like big poofy bulky layers because it's just going to make you look larger. I wore a wool peacoat for like an entire year of my high school, and the one day I didn't wear it, everyone thought I lost 50 pounds because they just were so used to seeing me in that garment. So try and find coats that are structured or sweaters that are going to be able to be somewhat fitting and not too big, poofy, or baggy. But also know you could play it up with a scarf, because wearing a scarf can actually elongate you by drawing the eye down when you wear a scarf. Or I'm going to bring you guys some more fashion and plus size beauty tips and just beauty tips in general. And leave comments, questions, like this video. I'm going to probably find more links. If I don't, then probably going to link just to the same video. Love you guys. Bye!